The typical home, you end up putting a sign in the yard. We used to run full-page ads in the Oregonian, but we found that that expenditure nowadays is unproductive. So we now find that it's important to get not only broad penetration, but deep penetration. So we do things like target market, where we send to whom we think the ideal buyer will be found. We also send to agents. We promote specifically to agents who have sold properties like the subject property, either in the past 6 months or who have listed properties like that. So we try to get those people involved on our specific property that's like theirs. And then we send it out to over 64 other sites, online sites, so that we're trying to get as maximum internet exposure as possible, since 90% of the buying public is now shopping the internet before they ever come into the market. And there are other things, and we have 89 specific things we go through to see that, okay, have we covered every element? And some of the elements are simply preparatory elements, that if you have answered all the potential questions that are going to come up on a property, because a buyer hates to call in, ask a question, and not have the answer. So we try to do a lot of preliminary things before the property ever hits the market to make sure that there's every piece of the information we possibly can have on the property before it ever hits the market. But when it hits the market, we're out there with a huge explosion as to not only where it is, not only in the local multiple, Realtor.com, Zillow, Trulia, Homes, Yahoo, all over the market. And then we do something called dual pricing, which allows us to put it in 2 multiples, not just 1, so that we actually, instead of just having a net so wide, we take and expand the net and make the net at least double or triple the size and increase showing activity by at least 30% just using that technique alone.